Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you all are having a lovely day today. So today we are back at the channel with another speed build, and this time we are working in the Let's Build Oasis Spring series. So we are back in the series. No, it's not finished yet, but I'm definitely working toward the end goal. So this is one of the final lots that we need to do. I think we need to do 3 more lots after this one. So the lot across the street, that house right there, I need to demolish that. That is definitely not a lot for this world. And then the lot next door. So we are working on a more cheaper part of Oasis Springs. We have a motel a little bit further on. I don't know if you guys saw it. I will link the video here up in the screen, by the way, if you haven't seen that house building video. But yeah, there's a cheap motel. There's also like a cheap granny's home. And then now there is a student apartment complex, a cheap one, by the way, for the students here in Oasis Springs, because they need to have a home as well. There isn't any university or anything like that in this world. I should have probably thought about making that, but maybe when the Sims team is gonna release seasons, I'm hoping they will, or not seasons, oh my god, university, Mona. We already have seasons. I'm so caught up with seasons that it's still on my mind. But yeah, when the Sims team is gonna release a university pack, then your Sims are gonna have houses to live in, which is gonna be awesome. So I made 6 apartments within this apartment complex, and every apartment I gave their own little how do you call it? Their own little personality. So I think there's only one apartment for 2 Sims, and all of the other ones are single Sim apartments. The reason why I did it, I think one, or maybe there are 2 shared apartments. Now I'm actually confused. But the reason why I did that is I didn't want to exceed the overall max of 8 Sims. So you can definitely play this lot with an entire, household full of only student Sims. Yeah, I think there are like 7 Sims in total, and I left 1 slot for a cat or a dog. Which one you decide. I prefer cat, but of course you can do whatever you want, because there will be a vet student in this apartment complex. There will be a doctor, or a upcoming doctor, a medical student. I'm also gonna make an artistical kind of Sim. There will be a musical Sim, a scientist Sim, and a architect kind of Sim. So very diverse kind of, how do you say it, skills. And these Sims are students working up to make it their full-time job. So, of course, I needed to reflect their studies within their apartment complex. And I had a lot of fun doing that. This was one of the more funner builds that I did. Sadly, through this build, when I was doing this build, I actually started building this like 8 weeks ago. Yeah, so through this build I had a whole entire episode, and that's why I didn't finish it. But yesterday I was like, Mona, what do you want to do? Do you want to finish some unfinished projects, or are you gonna just play The Sims and, mess around with the seasons? And I chose the first one. I chose to finish this project first before I messed around with seasons. And yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out. I didn't include any seasons objects though. It's all of the other packs before seasons. And the reason why I did that is just I didn't need it. I just didn't need it for this lot. Maybe for the park that I still need to do, and which I'm gonna probably leave until last because I suck in building parks. But maybe in the park I'm gonna implement some seasons items, or maybe just the glass roofs. So I don't know about the seasons items, but I definitely want to incorporate the new glass roofs that we've gotten in the update. That update that everyone can use. Definitely gonna do that. I was thinking on making a church within the park, maybe a church, a little garden gazebo thingy, play area and such. That is what I want to do with the park area in Oasis Springs. But like I said, I suck at doing parks, so this is something that I really need to think about. But it's definitely coming, probably after my holiday, because it's already July and I'm going off on vacation the 8th of July. So excited about that. So I'm going to France. I'm going to a little village quite near the Disneyland Paris. It's like 30 minutes away, which is awesome because me and my husband and the children, of course, we have annual passes to Disneyland. So for me, it was a must. If I go to Paris or to France, I need to be within driving distance of Disney. That is very important to me. So we're like 30 minutes away. We are on it's like a camping, but with a mobile home. It's like not really, it's like a luxury mobile home that we have. So it's like glamping, not really camping. And we can go fishing there, which is awesome because my husband loves fishing. We have a swimming pool with a water slide. So the children are definitely looking forward to that. And I did check the weather, and if everything goes, according to plan, I'm gonna have a heat wave when I'm there. So I'm definitely excited about that because that's like the first time ever for me visiting France in the heat. I mean, I have drove through France when it's like really hot, but never really stayed in France, when it's 30 degrees. Usually we just pass through because every year we go on vacation to Spain. Spain is like my main vacation destination in summertime. This year, sadly, we're not going because I couldn't afford it. It was either Disney or Spain, and Disney won. But next year, we're definitely gonna go back to Spain and Disney, hopefully, if everything goes well with the finances. But this year was a hard year. I couldn't really do anything this year, which is kind of sad. So what am I doing here? Oh yeah, we're finished the front of the house. So we had a little pathway leading up to the house. Also, I added in, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I added in these mailboxes. Oh no, I'm doing it right now. I thought I already did it, but I'm gonna add in mailboxes in the front of the house. And those are actually from the City Living expansion pack from the apartment complexes. And I don't think those are functional, so you cannot really do anything with it. I also did not add in any garbage chutes or anything like that. Your Sims just need to go outside, to this back porch area, and they need to get rid of their garbage there. So there aren't any garbage chutes. I actually don't even know if they are functional on a normal lot. And I didn't add in a elevator as well, because the last time I played around with the elevator in a normal lot, my game kept crashing. Maybe it's because I added in like 4 or 5 elevators, and that was the problem. But I didn't want to, jinx it and have me crash through buildings. So there's no elevator. There are just stairs, but that's fine because it's a student apartment. So we don't really need no elevator. These Sims are very young and, they can walk. It's fine. So here adding in all the tiny mailboxes, and I'm adding in 6 because there are six apartment, not complex. Yeah, it's like apartment thingies. there are 6 apartments, Mona. I don't know how to say this. But here adding in 6 of those, but I'm also adding in a normal mailbox so that they can actually have mail. Here, I'm adding it in right there so they can have mail and their bills and such like that. So I don't know how you are gonna do this. If you are gonna use this as an apartment complex, how are you gonna divide bills and such? I don't know, because some of the apartment owners or, renters in this case are very poor. So there's like 2 girls in this apartment complex that have like no money at all. And there are like a few in this one who have a little bit of cash. Mommy and daddy helped them out. They're still in a very cheap apartment complex, but their apartment is looking really nice. So yeah, it's a mix. It's a mix between wealths. But I'm starting off here with the girls' cheapest apartment block that there is. So this one is for 2 girls, or you can make boys, whatever you want. I had 2 girls in mind when furnishing this. They are really, really low in cash. They enrolled in this very expensive, kind of artsy art. How you say it? Art university. Don't know how to call it. I don't know. Anyways, and they don't really have the money to rent an apartment, but they do. So that's why they are sharing. So they are with 2 Sims. They are sharing the bills. They don't have any money for, great furnishing. So they're just working with whatever they could find on the street, what people didn't want to have, what they dumped with the garbage, garbage disposal. They took those furnishing and they put it in their house. So we have one painter sim. She wants to be a very famous painter. She loves painting and also spraying graffiti. So that's why she has a garage door in her living room. That's like her piece of art. So yeah, that is one sim. And then the other sim, I forgot. I think she's like a musical sim. I forgot. It's been like 8 weeks ago since I've done this apartment, but this is actually my favorite one. That's like the really dingy and, ugly looking apartment. Although I actually really like it. It's not ugly to me. It has this really, it has character, it has this dingy character, which I love. So for me, this apartment isn't actually that ugly. It's definitely, it's in need of love. If you would add it in a trait, it would be needs TLC and maybe, has mice and such. And I do add in a little mice hole as well. And I think it's functional. I need to test it out, but I think it's functional. So yeah, the other sim I made like a musical sim. She likes writing songs on her guitar, but she could have been really successful, by the way, but she's a bit of a bubble blower addict, and you will see that because I add in a bubble blower to her bedroom. So she's a little bit of addicted, and she's always high, so she's never really finishing everything. She's always late to school, so she could be really successful, but she is really just making her entire career go backwards because she's doing all that bubble blowing. So yeah, that is the story behind those 2 sims. So one sim, she wants to be a painter. She's not quite there yet. She's not making any money off her paintings. And then the other one is a aspiring musician, but she's always high. That is the story behind this apartment complex. So I will be testing out everything, by the way. I will be testing out all the items before uploading. So the sinks, the toilets, the showers, that all will be tested. I don't want to upload an apartment complex and you cannot use everything. That would be really annoying. So here adding in a tarp on the balcony for the painter sim. She doesn't want to make the balcony dirty because they are renting, and if the landlord finds out she is painting on the balcony area, because that's actually not allowed, so that's why she added in a tarp so that it keeps clean, and then when they are gonna move out they don't lose their deposit. So this bedroom here is for the artsy sim. She gets a double bed. It just looks really nice. So she's getting this double second-hand bed with her suitcases still in the corner. She's using it as a dresser because she has no money to buy a dresser. She does has this really cool, walk-in wardrobe, but that was already in the apartment. So she got really lucky with this bedroom. I mean, the other girl, she got a really more tinier, dingy bedroom, and there's also a bill. I thought, let's place some bills on top of the coffee table and they need to pay it or they are gonna get evicted. So that's where they are in their storyline. And then here adding in all those bulletin boards in the hallway, and then here a phone. Why, I don't know. I just wanted to add in a phone. And then here a mice trap, because like I said, there are mice in the apartment, and I'm also searching here now for that mice hole right there that we've gotten with the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. So yeah, it's coming along. I really had fun making this house really, dirty. And I think the next house for this street I'm also gonna do in a similar manner. So kind of old, kind of dirty. So don't be surprised if it's not gonna be a luxurious home like you guys are actually kind of used to from me. It's gonna be a little bit more dark and dingy. Maybe we're gonna make a creepy guy's house, like a very creepy guy is gonna live across of the street of this apartment complex, or maybe a hippie. I don't know. I'm still brainstorming that, but it's gonna be lots of fun. So this is the bubble blower addict apartment. Like I said, she has a bubble blower, or not apartment, bedroom. I'm gonna make this a little bit more colorful and vibrant looking. It's more bohemian kind of style. That is what she's into. There's her guitar in the corner where she is gonna attempt to write songs on, but she's gonna fail a lot of times. So yeah, that was the apartment, the first apartment. This is the second apartment. This is the apartment next door. This is gonna be way cleaner. And this is for a boy, by the way. I had a boy in my mind. This student, this is gonna be a aspiring doctor. So he's in the medical career. Or is this the doctor's apartment? Or is this the veterinarian? Okay, I need to think now. No, it's definitely the doctor's apartment. So yeah, this is the aspiring doctor, so the medical career student. I'm going with a little bit more darker kind of furnishing. He's definitely more cleaner. He has a little bit of money. He is working in a diner. Was it a diner? No, it was a coffee house. In the coffee house in Oasis Springs, I did build a coffee house, by the way, for this series as well. I will link that video here up in the screen if you haven't seen that. It's an awesome coffee house. Very much inspired by Peacemaker IC. He's my favorite creator of houses and custom content. A lot of builds are either inspired by him or my builds are inspired by Instagram or lately YouTube because I found a few awesome real estate agents on YouTube as well, and they are showing off like little clips of the interior and exterior of houses. So I use that as well for a lot of builds. But yeah, anyways, made a coffee shop, and the student that is living here, he's actually working there. So that is why he has a little bit of money to have a really nice looking apartment. So mommy and daddy did not buy this for him. He's not, he doesn't come from a wealthy family, just a normal average family, the normal working family, middle class. So that's it. So that is what I'm doing right here. I'm filling in the entire apartment with items that I find fitting for the sim that is gonna live here. So a male student into more darker colored furnishing. I'm trying to make it look clean and neat. He doesn't have a dining table, by the way, so he does eat before his television, which is totally fine. It's not that he's a sim that likes to throw dinner parties, but he does visit the girls next door. They are actually friends, so and they have a table, so he can eat there sometimes if he wants to. So yeah, here furnishing the bedroom. Again, going for that black kind of dark color combination. And I have to say, I think I do the same color combination for the 5th apartment. And I didn't even notice that. And the reason why is, like I said, I've built this apartment 8 weeks ago. And then the 5th apartment, that I did that yesterday. So now looking back, this is kind of similar. Yeah, there are very much a lot of similarities to the 5th apartment, but it's also different because the 5th apartment is for a minimalistic architect sim. So he is studying to be an architect. And he is more minimalistic, so he doesn't have that much stuff, no clutter and such, very clean looking, and a little bit more on the industrial looking side. And this sim is more on the modern side. So there is a slight difference. There's a large difference in the bedrooms. No, not really that large, but there's a larger difference in the bedrooms and in the bathrooms. But yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't notice that. I'm just seeing it right now. So I am gonna take a coffee sip because I'm running out of breath, and this video is actually really long. I think it's like almost 40 minutes, and the reason is it's 40 minutes because I didn't want to cut out anything. I've only cut out like a tiny bit in the middle when building the building, the structure, and I also cut out the last part where I do little detailing in the hallway. But other than that, you're gonna see everything. And I just find it necessary and fun because I had a lot of fun building this. It was a long project, but it was fun and I wanted to show everything. So let me take a little coffee sip. Oh, so good. It's not cold yet, so that's awesome. Anyways, where are we now? This is the 3rd apartment, and this is for the veterinarian. So this can be either boy or girl. This is definitely not gender specific. I'm going with light wooden colors. I want this very cozy feeling. Don't mind the helicopter that you are hearing right now. There's just one flying by. Yeah, so this is the veterinarian apartment. I'm going with cozy. He has a cat, but you can make it into a dog if you want to. But in my save, it's gonna be a cat because I love cats. But yeah, he's an aspiring veterinarian. So he's in the veterinarian, how you say that? College. I don't know how you call that. But yeah, that is what he wants to be. So you will find little hints here and there that he's studying that in the paintings, in the little items. And I think that this is just a really cozy and nice looking apartment. And then this sim, he is working as a student vet in an actual vet clinic. So he's already kind of working and studying at the same time. He still takes classes in college, but he's also learning it on the job as well. So he also has a little bit of money. It doesn't pay that much, but he's earning a little bit. So that's why his apartment isn't as dingy as the first one, because those two are just living off, the money that they sell from their paintings and music. And that isn't enough. That is definitely not enough. But this sim, he's getting there. He's getting there with this tiny, cute little apartment. I'm loving it. And then here I added in the pet carrier in the hallway, because he likes to take his cat to work. Don't judge him. It's his not the spirit animal, that's not the same, but it's just his best friend, so he takes her everywhere. And then here, of course, furnishing the bathroom, I added in a litter box, a toilet, there's gonna be a sink. It was a very tight squeeze. I didn't want to fit in too much items because it needed to be functional. Like I said, I wanted this entire build to be functional, so I did mind and I really was thinking about, okay, where should I place my items? I don't want any blockage. So here, this is the 4th apartment. And this apartment is for a more of a richer sim. Yeah, so the sim here is a little bit more loaded. Mommy and daddy actually paid for the apartment, they paid for the furnishing, they paid everything, you know. The reason why she's in this cheap apartment complex is the other ones were just full. There wasn't any space anymore, so she got dragged here, and mommy and daddy felt so bad about it. They bought her all the stuff. So she is gonna live in a very luxurious looking apartment in a very not so luxurious neighborhood. So it's gonna be a large contract. So she's a little bit of a spoiled brat, and she is gonna be a producer, a music producer. That is what she wants to be. She's also writing music as well, and she's playing music. She's very musically creative. But she wants to be, most of all, a music producer. That is like her end goal. But she also makes music on the side. Her parents both are musicians. Her father is a very large music producer. I mean, he could have bought a house for her if he wanted to, but he found, that it was a little bit too much to buy a house for a student. I mean, she's just a student. So he went for a very luxurious looking apartment instead. But next up, it's a house. I mean, she's definitely sure about that. So here adding in a little shelf with some awards. Let's see, awards, Mona. I'm so sorry if I'm slissing. I can't help it. But yeah, that is a shelf with awards that she already won. And then here in that second bedroom, of course, she's not gonna share. She's not the sharing type, but in the second bedroom, she actually built, or she didn't do it, daddy did. Daddy built her own little recording studio so that she could actually have her friends who are also very musical come over, and they could record their own records, and she could really, try to get her skill up into being a producer. So yeah, this apartment has their own little recording studio, which I think is really fun and a bit different. So I liked that. So here furnishing her bedroom. Her bedroom, again, trying to make it luxurious. Sadly, I couldn't fit in the vanity table, which is kind of sad. But I just made like a little side table with her makeup and such. And then adding in a little poof, or however you call it. I call it a poof, so she can sit there and do her makeup. I mean, you can make believe, it's fine. And then she also has like this very expensive painting there in her bedroom. And then some butterflies, because she's very girly. She likes the butterflies. And then here, the expensive painting is gone. I thought I went for expensive painting. Oh well, I went with pictures instead. It's fine. And then here, furnishing the bathroom. So I knew the bathroom needed to be luxurious. So we are going with the Jungle Adventure tiling. That just screams luxuriousness to me. And then she has a fancy looking shower, no bathtub, very sad, she doesn't have a bathtub, and she is complaining about that to daddy all the time, like, daddy, I need a bathtub, can you not buy me like a jacuzzi for on my balcony? But yeah, she's not the brightest, so that would never fit, and every time he tells her, she just doesn't believe him. So that is definitely a big complaint. So here we are back in the hallway. I think I forgot to furnish the hallways. I'm also personalizing the hallways. The only hallway that I don't really personalize is the third floor or the fourth floor, the very top 2 apartments, and that has a reason, which I will tell you guys when we get there. But anyways, here adding in some flowers, you know, the pet carrier is there, some lights, and the lights need to resemble the bell. So that is what you should press if you want to enter the apartment first. So Sims knock, of course, but they have bells, which are lights, which is fine. So here she has a barbecue on her little balcony area, a nice little seating area, some flowers. So she has a really nice apartment. And I think, I wanted a world globe. I was like, I need drinks, but I couldn't fit it in, which is so sad. But I'm gonna go back to that apartment before uploading this to the gallery, and maybe I'm gonna get it to work. Because I want the world globe somewhere, you guys. I love that item. It's in all my builds. I need it here as well. So I'm gonna go back before uploading it. But if you want to download it, it is up on the gallery right now, by the way. For the people who want to download it, by the time you are seeing this video, I already play tested everything, added in all the final touches, so it's definitely on the gallery if you want to download this for your game. It is there. So here, working on the 5th apartment, and this is the minimalistic architect. So he is a aspiring architect. He is in the architect college. I don't know how to say these things. But yeah, he's studying to be an architect, and he's very minimalistic. So we are not going with an overly cluttered kind of feeling. Everything needs to be clean and neat. There are pictures of buildings, you know, on the wall that he loves and he feels inspired by. And I'm kind of sad that we don't have that many pictures of buildings. We only have 2 or 3, which is actually enough if you don't, you know, if you aren't making a architect sim. But if you are making an architect sim, I need more. But yeah, it's fine actually. But this sim, like I said, is minimalistic, but he also tends to go for the more industrial kind of vibe, and that's why we have like bricks everywhere, the wooden kind of countertops in the living room, you know, this exposed brick here in the bathroom, yeah. So it's, and then the dining table that also like screamed more industrial to me, and then of course this light is so industrial for me, so I added it into the bedroom, and then this really stainless steel looking range hood. So that's how I tried to personalize this apartment. So very minimalistic. He wants to be an architect, and he loves the more industrial kind of vibe. That is what this sim is all about. So here, furnishing his bedroom. It was a tight squeeze to fit everything in. I decided to go with these cool kitchen kind of side tables, and I just turned them around. They look really nice, and I did test out this bed. So this was the bed that I didn't know if it was gonna function right. So I did it. I tested it. Your Sims can sleep in it, and they can woohoo in it just fine. So that is awesome. So yeah, that's basically it for this apartment. So I'm just adding in a rug, or I'm trying to, and I decided just to overlap the city living kind of fur rug. I think it looks really lovely in that color, that black color. And then here I'm trying to decide what I want on the wall. Couldn't really find anything. Then I find these pipes. I was like, that's awesome. I need them in the first floor, and I didn't actually furnish the first floor. As you guys can see, there are 6 rooms there, and the reason why there are 6 rooms is I'm gonna make storage units for every apartment. So every apartment has its own little storage unit. I mean, that's like normal in apartment complexes, right? I mean, here actually I don't know in Belgium. I live here in Belgium for over 13 years now. Is it 13? Yeah, it's 13 years. I've been living here in Belgium for 13 years, and I've actually haven't visited a apartment complex once here. But I've visited many in the Netherlands. My sister has lived in 4 different apartment complexes. She keeps moving. I don't know why, but she keeps moving from one apartment complex to the other one. My youngest sister also lives in an apartment complex, and all of their apartments haven't had any stairs. So this is actually really similar, and they all had like these little storage units in the first floor. So I don't know, maybe that is why I'm building this way, because I don't know it any other way. Anyways, we are at the final apartment. And for this apartment, I actually didn't know what I wanted to do. So the idea just came when I was going through the catalog, and I was like, okay, which kind of profession didn't I use? And then I saw that I didn't use the, how do you call it? The lab thingy, the astronaut. Oh my gosh, the scientific career. That's right. So I thought, oh, I need a scientist. So this is more of a nerdy kind of guy. So he made this like his own teleport to 6M in school. So yeah, he is a student, a lab student, or a scientist student. And at first I just wanted to go with a normal kind of, normal, lab student, a chemistry student. But then I saw these fences and I was like, why not go a little bit more in the mad scientist student? And then I thought, why not have him, capture a fellow student and keep him or her in his tiny little room and let him do experiments on him or her, I just found that a little bit of a fun twist. So there's a serial killer in this apartment complex. He lives in the 6th apartment, and he is a up and coming how do you call it, scientist. So he's in the scientific career. That's it. And we also needed a double bed, because I think he does have, like, he needs to woohoo. Let's just keep it like that. He needs to woohoo. And we needed a double bed. So it's a little bit of a dark twist in the final apartment. But that's how I like to play. Just so you know. So, but if you are not into that, you can always delete the little prison that I made. I don't know if that's even functional. I haven't tested it out, but I think it is, because this is not the first time that I made a little prison. So I think it's functional. So yeah, that is the story behind the final apartment. A scientist, or a up and coming scientist, who is a little bit insane. And it's probably gonna grow up as a serial killer. that is his not his life goal, because I don't think he's noticing that he's doing these things, that it's wrong. He's messed up. So yeah, the sim that is living here, he's insane. And he's definitely gonna get the insane trait by me. And it's gonna be so much fun to play with this apartment complex. There's so much drama. There's so much drama in this apartment. And if you are gonna download this from the gallery and you're gonna play this out, let me know. I'm dying to hear how it's gonna turn out. Anyways, here at the final area of the entire build that we need to furnish, and that is the storage units. So I'm just gonna fill them in according to apartment. So on the right side, we have all the right apartments. On the left side, the left apartments, starting from the second floor to the very fourth floor, from front to back. And I also added in a laundry washer and dryer, and I did put in washing, how do you say it? These hampers in all the apartments. So you do need to do how do you call it, laundry, which I think is fun, because that is how the people are gonna meet each other in the apartment complex. They're gonna go into the storage unit, they need to do their laundry, and then probably they need to wait until someone is finished, and they are gonna socialize in the laundry room or something like that. I mean, I've been watching way too much soap series and such. you know, so I don't know if that's like normal. Anyways, we're at the end of the video. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this little voiceover and this house building video, or this apartment build. Let me know in the comment section below the video if you liked it, and of course leave your likes if you liked the video, if you liked the build. That would mean the world to me. And if this is the first time that you are seeing my videos, I swear I'm not insane. But if you liked what you are seeing, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you would never ever miss a video of mine. So I'm hoping that you all are having an awesome day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.